I've chilled a bottle of wine, a Sauvignon Blanc. That okay?
That'll be fine.
Oh, it's lovely to see you. Everything okay? Job? Husband? Life in general?
Much the same.
And the adoption. I was hoping you were coming with good news, but then no Andy. So I'm guessing it's not good news.
No, everything's fine. We're approved.
Oh, I'm pleased for you. Oh, well done, love. Oh, I know how much this means to you and Andy, and to me, and Millie. I know she'll be so happy for you.
We just have to wait for the right child to come along.
That will be hard, but you're on your way.
I get this weird feeling that out there, somewhere, is a child destined to be my son or daughter. We've not met yet, but slowly our paths are coming together. And one day, a toast to the child that will soon be mine.
To your child and my grandchild. This is just as exciting as when Millie was pregnant. I can't wait. Well, you will be allowed to tell us what's happening.
Yes, of course. Every step of the way. Will you get in touch with Dad?
I hadn't thought about it. Do you want me to?
No. I'd rather not at the moment. He'll have to know at some point, but not at the moment, if you don't mind.
You know, we don't have much to say to each other these days, so it's not an issue for me. I don't care if he never finds out. Look, can I just say, I think you two got through this brilliantly. Not many people could have handled it as well as you both did.
Shush! You're going to start me off. And we know the adoption people wanted to rake over your divorce. I'm sorry about that. It must have been painful.
As long as it didn't make things difficult for you. I was worried about that.
They like people to have a secure family setting, so it was an issue. But it set me thinking about why you two split up. You never talked much about at the time.
There wasn't much to tell. Standard stuff. These days a lot of people get divorced at our age. It's a growth industry. Did you know the biggest increase in sexually transmitted diseases is in the over 60s?
You let us think Dad had an affair, but you never really talked about it.
I seem to remember talking to Millie. I think we talked a lot at the time.
As I recall it, Millie stayed away from the house after her kids were born. Said she was too busy. You used to complain about never seeing your grandchildren.
Oh, it's 4 years ago and I really don't remember all the details. In fact, I'd rather not remember any of it if you don't mind. It was very upsetting. It was a very upsetting time. As long as the divorce was not a problem for you during the adoption process.
They do background checks on the family, that's all. The only thing is, something came up about Dad.
Look at this. I'll need to get another bottle.
Tell me about the divorce, Mum. What caused it?
You know, they came and talked to me, don't you? Ran through a long list of questions about me and your father. What part we played in your life and how we got on with Millie and her 2 children. I don't recall them asking why we got divorced.
They don't need to know why, but I do.
Surely that's none of their business. People get divorced for all sorts of reasons.
I said I want to know.
In a nutshell, 29 years of marriage, that's what did it for me. It's hard. Marriage is hard. I'm sure you've learnt that during the adoption business.
There wasn't another woman, was there?
I really don't want to talk about it. It doesn't matter. The adoption is going through, so everything will be okay.
Everything is not okay, though. Millie always kept her distance from you and Dad ever since university. Even when she had the kids, she never brought them here.
The kids are here all the time.
Now they are, since Dad left. But back then, you used to complain about it all the time. Christmas, birthdays, they were never here.
You were always off skiing or some such nonsense at Christmas, and you never made a fuss about their birthdays. They are your niece and nephew. You didn't seem to mind not seeing them.
I saw them, Mum, at Millie's house, at our house. You would be there, but never Dad. He was always at golf or working, so why was that, Mum? The children come here now.
Of course they do, all the time.
So what changed?
Hi, Mum, Sis. Brought a bottle of red. I bought a bottle of wine, red. But I see you two have started without me.
I'm sure you'll catch up, sweetheart. Here.
Thanks. That's a long face, Sis. Oh my God! They haven't turned you down, have they? I thought we were getting together to celebrate. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so unfair. Why?
We're okay. The application's okay. We just have to find the right kid after a few formalities.
Oh, bloody hell, Sis! You scared me shitless there. Oh, that would have been so unfair. Let's have a toast. To the patter of tiny feet.
Kate may not get a baby, Millie. More grandchildren.
More grandchildren.
We don't do this enough. All girls together. What do you want then? Boy or a girl? Or both? Well, then you have both. Twins, maybe. It would be unfair to split them up.
You have to see what's available. What children are available.
And I don't think they can guarantee a baby. Babies are very popular, aren't they, Kate? Come on, love, sit with us.
Everyone wants a little baby.
But I don't suppose you mind, do you, Kate? As long as it's healthy.
No.
I'm not sure about taking a teenager. They come with all sorts of problems. Which is fine if you've had the baby stages and the growing up to enjoy, but jumping straight into teenage angst and spots, that would be hard.
I think you have to be prepared for anything. Isn't that right, Kate?
We do have one extra complication.
Of course. Andy's a redhead, isn't he? Is that it? Do they have to find redheaded children for
For
you?
God's sake, Millie. That's not the problem. I've just been told by a complete stranger that my father is a paedophile. That we will only be allowed to adopt if we accept a child protection plan from day one. We will receive special supervision to ensure my father is not allowed to abuse my child. I've tried really hard to make sense of this. Is this why you wouldn't bring the kids to see Mum and Dad? Did you know? And you must have known. You cannot be married to a man and not know.
It wasn't like that. There was one occasion. One time your father did something stupid. He paid a high price for that, and I never knew for years what had happened. He lost his job. He loved teaching, and they took it away from him. And all because of one photograph of a child. Somebody found it in one of his class registers. He told me it didn't mean anything. There was no appeal, no second chance. That sort of thing was dealt with behind closed doors in those days and hushed up. He had no chance to defend himself.
It wasn't the only photograph. That was the final piece of damning evidence. There were rumours around the school for ages, and then the complaints started. The social worker told me everything.
No, it wasn't like that.
When did you know?
That photograph cost Robert a career he loved.
No, Mum. That was a photograph of a victim. Your husband, our father, he's on the sex offenders register and has been for years. Possession and of trading in child pornography. That photograph was just the start. When did you know?
She knew. I knew. That's why I wouldn't bring the kids to the house if he was here. That's why she divorced him. In the end.
Why didn't you tell me?
Leave her alone.
Why? Why should I tell the whole world about your father? That the man, the husband, the man I fell in love with was a paedophile. You don't know what it's like.
But you knew we were trying to adopt. Didn't you think it would come up? That me and Andy should be prepared?
You don't know what it was like. Leave her alone.
He used to come into my room at night, sit on the end of the bed, put his hands on the covers. Never actually touched me, my skin. I could feel his hand through the bed covers. I'd forgotten, suppressed it until all this. But it stopped, so I thought it was all over. At the time I didn't know what it was. I knew. I had an instinct that was not right. And then he stopped. Stopped coming into my room.
But he didn't stop.
No, please, Millie, no.
He didn't stop, Kate.
Millie, I'm sorry. I never thought, never realised. How long?
Don't. I can't.
Oh, Millie, I'm sorry. It should have been me. I was the oldest. It should have been me.
It shouldn't have been anybody. Don't look at me like that. What could I have done? I didn't know. What could I do all those years ago? I didn't know. I made him leave when the children came, Millie's children. What else could I do? It's not me. It's not us. It's him.
The three women hold that position for several beats. Then Millie pulls away from Kate and goes to her mother. Kate resists what must come before finally taking both Millie and Rosemary in her arms. Blackout. The Legacy, a very powerful piece. I'm sure you'll agree. And all too real, really. I mean, the characters are very nicely drawn, each with their own distinctive voice. It just feels that they are always operating completely in character and doing what comes naturally to them and reacting in a natural way. So I enjoyed that very much. So that's The Legacy in second place. Who wrote The Legacy? Excellent, very, very good.